Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode. It's just me and Slim for right now, but Finn will be joining us shortly. He's packing his stuff. But we are back. A little Western Conference predictions. Last night, as the time of we're recording this, we uploaded our Eastern Conference predictions. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. And then at the end of this video, stay tuned, and we will tell you what we think our finals matchup will be based on what we pick for the West and the East. And then we'll pick a finals winner. So if you haven't checked out the East and you don't want to know what we did yet, go check that out before you finish this video. But we're just going to get right into it. We got the play in first, and then as we did for the last one, we'll pull up the tournament bracket and do it on the bracket fights thing. So in the first play-in game between the 10 and the 9, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are the 10 seed, and the New Orleans Pelicans, who are the 9 seed. Who do you think pulls this game out?
I would like to say New Orleans. I'm a New Orleans fan, or I like their team. But I think Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum could figure something out. Trey Murphy's been balling out, giving 30. Herb Jones gave you 30 something the other night too. And I think they got a squad over there, but Shea has just been killing it this season. And then I think that OKC has a squad too, so I could see I could see it being a very tight game, and then maybe Brandon Ingram hitting a crazy shot or Shea. So I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be a close one. The spread on the game is New Orleans by 5.5 right now. They're projecting New Orleans by 5.5, which I think is fair. They're a slightly better team, and they're at home.
Yeah,
I wasn't shocked to see that line when it originally came out, but I'm gonna also go New Orleans. I just think they have more vets, and the Thunder are a year or two away when they get Chet back, and then they'll have probably one of their gazillion first round picks be pretty good this year.
yeah,
So they'll be basically having two first round lottery rookies coming in, and I think they already have a very solid team and they're on the up and up. They remind me of like the Cavs a few years ago and the Bostons of the world, where there were like young teams that are just slowly creeping up, trying to make some noise.
yeah,
But I think this one just goes New Orleans' way. They got guys who've been there, done that. They were in the play-in last year. They made
right,
it to the first round, and no Zion, which is unfortunate because I do want to see Zion in the playoffs. But
yeah.
um, nothing too special. I think Shea is going to have a game, and I wouldn't be shocked if they won. But I hope it's just a good game, and I think what you said, where it's going to come down to a last shot,
Yeah.
I agree with it. But
Yeah.
all right, so then moving on to the other play-in game to face, based on our predictions, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Los Angeles Lakers as the 7 seed, and the Minnesota Timberwolves as the 8 seed. And if you kept up with the NBA, it was one of the weirdest last days in the NBA in a long time. Rudy
Actually,
Gobert and Kyle Anderson got into a fight and all this stuff. Kyle Anderson said he would knock Rudy Gobert's ass out. All this stuff. How to throw a season away in one day, right there. But
yeah,
one of their players got it, left the game, and then punched a wall, broke his hand. So their season is in all types of shambles. But
yeah.
I'm just going to keep my pick short and sweet. I think the Lakers are going to win. They're playing some good ball right now. LeBron's starting to get back to form, and I think the Lakers being favored by 7 points is fair. And the Lakers will make it closer than it has to be for no reason, but I think they'll still pull it out.
I think I think the Lakers as well. And for me, I think with D'Angelo Russell, you got Dennis Schroeder still. Like a lot of people don't give him his credit. He does so much for their offense. And with Rui and AD and Vanderbilt and Beasley and LeBron, they have
They got a squad nowadays.
they got a squad, and I feel like they so many people talk down on the Lakers, but I was talking with Finn saying that I feel like D'Lo coming back to LA, he is the last person to be a part of like Kobe's legacy and what it means to be a Laker. When you think about being a Laker, like you think about like like Magic Johnson and
Kobe,
Kobe
Shaq,
Bryant.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was one of those guys that played with Kobe and truly know what it means to be a Laker. I think since Kobe retired and Julius Randle left, Brandon Ingram, all of these players that were there while Kobe was there, those young players to learn from him.
It's also kind of crazy if you think about it. All of those players are like nice now.
And
Like all
bro,
the ones that are gone, they're all like nice.
season, bro. Julius Randle is having a season, and I can't wait till the first round. Um,
Gonna get his ass kicked, but that's not
you
neither here
know,
nor there.
but I think D'Lo showed up to LA like he had been playing in Minnesota. We seen him in Golden State for a little bit, but and Brooklyn, but I think now that he's back in LA, we saw that aggressiveness. We see that aggressiveness in his game, just saying like, this is what we've come here to do. So expect that on a nightly basis from us. If we can keep Anthony Davis healthy and LeBron healthy, we're still going to show you that we have that pride. We know what it means to be a Laker. And I think that they really ain't going to play no games with Minnesota. I think Cat ain't who he needs to be and for whatever it is that they're trying to do, make it past the play in, I guess. But Anthony
They want to
Edwards,
win a chip. They want to win a chip, and it's definitely possible. Like the West, from any team is beatable in the West.
yeah,
But
but like, so I'm going with the Lakers, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they just knock them off the floor because I think Anthony Edwards is really just going to be by himself.
yeah, I think ever. I don't know if we started this pod during the off season when the Rudy Gobert trade happened. I don't think so. Uh,
Mm-mm.
but I told all my friends and Finn and everyone else, this team's cursed now because they traded for Rudy Gobert. Um, see what Donovan Mitchell's doing after Rudy Gobert. Best season of his career. Just saying. Timberwolves, same spot as last year. I mean, they didn't have Cat for the whole year, but Rudy Gobert, not good. Punching people. Um, but I don't know. Revenge game for Vando, Malik, and D'Lo, all against the Wolves. Lakers a better team, better players, a whole 9 yards. I think the Lakers smack them, but they'll make it closer than it needs to be. Um, so I'd be cautious taking that -7 if you are taking it, but I'm not. If you're going to bet anything in a parlay, just take Lakers money line. I think that's a safe bet. But that means that we would see the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in the final play-in game for the 8th seed to play against the Denver Nuggets. Who do you think pulls that one out?
Oh, New Orleans.
Yeah, I think the Timberwolves are as dead as you could possibly be. I think their season is wraps. I like Cat is okay, but I don't know. I think they're just so dysfunctional right now. Especially like your whole like you can't. I don't know. Like the last day of the year, like you're basically just playing for the 8 seed. Just dude, come on. I don't know, but I think New Orleans overall has a better team. I think they're better coached. I think they've been there. Um, and yes, they got the 7 seed last year, the Timberwolves, and lost to the Grizzlies. But I think the Pelicans are just a better team, smarter team, and they're not as young, so they have a little more experience. And in a one and done game, they already got the first one under their belts. They're not going to lose.
No.
But so that means our playoff is set for the Western Conference. Obviously, we don't know if this is exactly what it'll look like, but remotely something like this. I think everyone around the world has the Lakers as the 7th seed, and it's just a matter of who you have as the 8th seed. But okay, here's our bracket. In the first round, we would have the Denver Nuggets facing off against the New Orleans Pelicans. How many games? Who wins? What's your feel on this?
I got to give it to the back-to-back MVP, and I think Denver wins in 6 games. I think Joker is gonna show you just why he is the MVP, why he is the reigning MVP.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Zion's coming back, and if he was back, I might lean New Orleans, but I don't think he's coming back. And Denver's played; they've been the one seed for 2/3 of the year. The Pelicans were at one point when they were all healthy, but I think Denver gets this done in 5 or 6. I think it'll be a fun, entertaining series. A lot of scoring, not a lot of defense, but and I think it'll be a good matchup to see two like the dirty cheap shot players between Jokic and Valanciunas. I think that'll be fun.
Who we?
But let's go Denver first. Okay, to one of the most entertaining first round series we'll see. The Phoenix Suns versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Paul George is going to miss the first game or so in this series. So, who do you got? Who do you like? How many games?
I think that will ultimately be their downfall if Kawhi can't do it by himself. I think lacking PG is going to give the Phoenix the upper hand to really get it going, so that they can just finish it out. So I could see it going to a game 5 or a game 6. Kawhi Leonard showing you that he is definitely a top 10 player in the league, and but I think Phoenix takes it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Phoenix. Paul George is only confirmed out for Game 1, but if they're making a saying that he's already out for Game 1 6 days in advance, I'd assume he's probably going to be out for Game 2. But I'm gonna lean Phoenix, but I just think the Clippers are like playing so up and down that I don't really know um, what's gonna happen. But
Russ has to go crazy, and
yeah,
Bone Island is gonna show you what's happening.
yeah, they just need to play. They need to win those bench minutes when it's not starters versus starters because the Suns are the best starting lineup in the NBA. So they need to win because their bench is what they have their leg up on and they defend better. So if you can do those two things at a high level, I think you got a shot. But I just think that scoring and the offense run by CP and the scoring from KD and D Book with the option to hit Aiton on the roll is going to be a lot for the Clippers to handle. And I think Zoo is fine and Plumlee are good enough to defend against it, but I just got to give it to the Suns. I think this is of the weakest the Western Conference has been, and with especially no Paul George, that's another body you can't throw at KD, and you need all of them you can get. But Suns, and I would say I'll go 6 games, but I wouldn't be shocked if it went to 7. So the semifinals between Denver and Phoenix. Who do you think pulls this out, and in how many games?
I can see this going to a game 7, and then I'd give it to Phoenix. I give it to Phoenix unless Joker just spazzes out, and then I know sometime along Denver's playoff appearance this season, I know Aaron Gordon is gonna catch something crazy.
I think the Denver's play. I know Jokic is going to give me that cool 25, 10, and 10 at pretty much every game on average. The difference is who's going to be that second guy. Are we going to have multiple 30-point games from Jamal Murray? Are we going to have a 20-point game from Aaron Gordon? We don't really know, and that's what's kind of concerning with Denver. And they don't guard. So, I mean, neither do the Suns. This series is going to be so high scoring, so fun to watch. You're not going to see a lot of crazy blocks, but you're going to see a lot of crazy jumpers and just be like, that's too good. You'll probably say that 5 times every game watching this series.
I don't know. I don't know because I know LA and the defender in Kawhi. I think the Suns coming off that chip are gonna, think that they can go into maybe playing Denver if Denver wins a little bit more loosely than like compared to having to play against Kawhi Leonard, a Norman Powell, or Russell Westbrook. That are like stronger guys compared to what Denver looks like to bring. But I think that Denver will show you quickly because think about how aggressive that New Orleans is. It's very high pace. So I think those guys are gonna, come off of winning against New Orleans and show you, like, yeah, we had to keep up with these guys. They're pretty fast and they're pretty aggressive in how they attack the basket, and they can shoot. So we're ripping and running around the court. We're gonna apply that pressure just because we know you're Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. But I think that Phoenix won like 12 games in the bubble. They went undefeated in the bubble, but didn't get to make any appearance in the playoffs or any appearance like in the championship. Like none of that mattered. But Jamal Murray was one of the D Book, and then Jamal Murray was one of those guys that really showed out and showed you I can do whatever I want. And I think this is the first season that Jamal Murray has been back and healthy. So I think that this could go
Yeah.
to a game seven in high defense, high, pick and roll, but there's going to be a lot of ball movement. And I think like Joker is going to show that, CP3 is going to show that, and it's going to be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna. I want to pick Denver, but I can't. I just can't pick them. I don't know why. I just really can't. I really do want to go Denver, and I think they probably won't be favored in this series. So I might bet them just because I'll be getting plus money for it. But
Type.
I'm gonna go Suns in 7. I think this is a 7-game series written all over it.
Yeah,
So moving
crazy.
moving to the right side of the bracket, based on our predictions, we have the Lakers as the 7 seed playing against the Memphis Grizzlies. This series is going to be a lot of fun. There's obviously all the stuff with the last time they played in LA, where Dylan Brooks and Ja's dad going back with Shannon Sharp, and Jaren Jackson dunked all over AD. There's a lot of. It'll be a really fun series, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But who do you got, and in how many games?
I think this could be a wake up call for the Memphis Grizzlies. I think they got away with something last year. I think they earned it, and they are a hardworking team. But I think with all of the controversy that goes on about the Memphis Grizzlies and their persona and their players behind the scenes, I think that this is going to affect their team on a level of playing against Hollywood for real. You know what I'm saying? That this pressure is going to be different than playing a Golden State Steph Curry, just because the whole identity is different. And I think that, like I was talking about D'Angelo Russell and what he's bringing back to the Lakers, which is pride. We've seen Austin Reeves give you big contributions to his playing time. And I think that that has been because of the energy that D'Lo is bringing back to the team. We see AD getting back to his comfort zone and being more aggressive to the basket instead of just trying to pull up and shoot threes. He knows his role now. And I think with LeBron coming back healthy, that they're just gonna show Memphis what real aggressiveness is. And I think at the end of it, that's what's gonna win them the series.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is as toss up as a toss up gets. I think both teams should not be out in the first round, but I think that's basically how every Western Conference team is. But um, I just think that this series will be decided by Anthony Davis, as many as the Lakers playoffs are. I think this is going to be the toughest matchup for him in the entire playoffs, barring if they get to the finals and play the Bucks. I think Jaren Jackson is the heavy favorite since we last recorded for Defensive Player of the Year. Um, he it's up to AD. If he can win that matchup comfortably and continue to score these 35 and 12 and 14 point ball games, that will win you this series. I think their role players will play equally well. It also matters how much Dylan Brooks shoots the ball because he just simply cannot score at an efficient clip. So if he thinks he's going to go crazy, by all means, let him go. But I think this series is determined by Anthony Davis. I think LeBron's going to play his role. I think Austin Reeves D'Lo, Schroeder. I think they're all going to have very solid series. But I think this series, it depends whether you're getting 14-point Anthony Davis or 35-point Anthony Davis, and I don't think there's an in between. But I'm going to pick the Lakers because if you've watched this channel before, I'm a big fan of AD, and I want him to prove all the haters wrong, and I want him to get to that next level and make a run. But Lakers it is. Now to another very high-scoring inbound series. This is going to be the Sacramento Kings versus the Golden State Warriors. Who do you got? Who do you like? How many games?
This right here is really exciting for me because
I think this is the second most interesting first round playoff series.
You hear me, and I think that the Warriors are never going to be anything to sleep on, especially when it comes to playing in the playoffs. All of the experience that they have, their roster. I think they're dealing with a more guard kind of sized, roster in regards to who's coming off their bench, getting rid of Otto Porter and Juan Toscano Anderson, which were some bigger guys. At Damian Lee, he's pretty tall, but having Anthony Lamb, Ty Jerome, some young cats, Kuminga stepping up this season. DiVincenzo has been balling out. I think that we see what Golden State's potential is, especially when they get in that zone. Here go my brother. Welcome.
You gotta shut that window,
mind me,
boss.
Don't mind me.
Gotta shut that window. But continue, Slim.
But and then
no window open.
So love the Warriors, but Sacramento is not playing with y'all. I've been saying that. Like, look at these guys play, and I think De'Aaron Fox plays a different kind of ball with Monk playing with that same energy. Like Finn said, like bringing college ball back to the NBA. That intensity, that's those stakes, and then these are stakes for these are like stakes for the Golden State Warriors coming off a chip last year. I think they're ready to, get themselves back into play for another finals appearance. But I think playing Sacramento in the first round is going to give them hell, probably to a game 7. And I think Swipa is going to show you big numbers. Domantas Sabonis is going to show you big numbers. And who else? Malik Monk is going to show you big numbers. And Keith Murray shooting the 3 ball as well as he does. That boy Red Velvet shooting the ball as well as he does, giving you 29. You know what I'm saying? Like, these boys ain't nothing to play with, and y'all better put some respect on their name. And then I think it's going to be tough. I want to favor. So logically, like me as a person who doesn't just want to agree with the public, but see things for what they are, I think I would give the Golden State Warriors the benefit of the doubt in winning this series in a game 7. But the me and me, I'm an underdog. I love an underdog story, just like a lot of the public as well. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be mad if the Sacramento Kings win. And the boys tough. That's all I got to say.
They're hungry, bro.
They are. I think this is going to be the highest scoring series. I said Denver Phoenix was going to be high scoring. This is going to be record. This is going to be record scoring.
I thought it was Clippers, Phoenix.
Well, we did that side of the bracket, right? We had Phoenix and Denver.
My bad.
But
late, man. No, I'm playing. Right on time.
But I think this series is going to be decided. I think we're really going to get a feel for it, and just pretty much I'll know my full decision. I'm going to make a prediction now, but my full decision after game 1. If I think Golden State is going to come in and punch Sacramento in the mouth, and I think they're going to win game 1, and I think they'll lose game 2. But if the Kings come out and win game 1, I'm picking the Kings to advance.
Jeez.
Right now, I'm picking the Golden State Warriors to advance. But if the Kings win game 1, they should. It's basically a pick-em game. I just think I need to see what the Kings are made of in the playoffs. If they can withstand this game 1 Golden State punch in the mouth, I think they got a good shot. They don't defend
Look at him.
well enough, but
Look at him. Look at him. I think even Davion Mitchell, like, because Jordan Poole gonna go off. He basically they sixth starter. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But Davion Mitchell has shown you, hey, I can get a bucket, and just trust me.
He's got a nice little bag.
You see me?
Yeah, I like him.
Like it's gonna be hell for them boys. That's what I say. It's gonna be a game 7, and the culture, like I was talking yesterday, I feel like the culture of a city heavily influences the playoff odds. You know what I'm saying? Because different communities bring different energies, and those players get to really take that all in and play with it out on the court. You know what I'm saying? So if the crowd is really fired up, you know,
Bro, that gym's gonna be jumping.
You know what I'm saying? They be lighting the beam in that mud. Oakland and being over there at the Chase Center is different. But man, lighting the beam is different.
I'm telling you,
Two of the most potent home crowds in all
Yeah.
the NBA.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's decided by game 1. I'm telling you, it is.
Whoever steals the first game.
Well, I don't think
Well,
Sacramento.
what if they split the first 2?
Then I still think you go to Golden State. But I think Sacramento needs to win game 1. I think they need to withstand that first Golden State thing, and they'll be like, "Oh, we can do this," and then actually do it.
I'm gonna have to be the voice of reason because you guys both. I'm just gonna say, let's not forget who the Warriors are. Reigning champs. Put some respect on their name.
Facts.
No, I'm not sleep. I think the Warriors will win, but I think game 1. I bet the Warriors to win game 1 already. So, but I think it's the Kings' hopes are decided in game 1 because I think they can have a chance to go up 2-0 if they win game 1. Obviously,
Right.
But
I think swipe a top 5 point guards right now, not 5.
All right,
that's a little bold.
I like that. I'm taking a huge turnaround on him, bro. We could pull clips from the beginning of the year of me being like, he fucking sucks.
Who?
I was saying.
You don't remember at the beginning of this pod, Finn was trashing.
I was trashing him earlier this year.
But
he's proved me wrong, though.
He has. But all right, I think we all said the Golden State is moving on, but we wouldn't be opposed to the Kings. I hate the Kings, but I wouldn't be opposed to see it.
Yeah, that's like your second to least favorite team.
Third. Bulls are second. It's Timberwolves, Bulls, Kings.
Yep.
Strictly because of players. Nothing against their fans. I just 3 of my most hated.
Strictly because of their fans. Nothing against their players.
But, all right. This would be one of the best second round series we could possibly get.
So special.
The Lakers and Warriors. I mean, not much to say. I hope this happens. I really, really do. Who do we like? Who do we got? Finn, we'll start with you this time.
Dude, I mean, I would probably take the Warriors in 7, 6. We'll have to see if AD rolls out of bed wrong before game 2.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I want the Lakers to be my dark horse out of the West, obviously. They got so much jazz right now. Except Bron kinging himself last night. Figure it out. Let the bench do it. But yeah, like I said, reigning champs, dude. It's gonna be tough for me to speak any negative energy to the reigning champs.
Yeah, I mean, I think both
they match up good against the Lakers.
I think the Lakers match up good against the Warriors.
Well, they both counteract each other in different ways.
Yeah, I just think I don't know if you were here for my talk about the Lakers-Grizzlies series, but I said that series is predicated on Anthony Davis
Dominating.
winning the matchup with Jaren Jackson.
Dominating. He has
And I
to
think
dominate.
Yeah, I think that's the only way they win. And so
He's got to be putting up 35 and 15.
Exactly. I said, so if that's what happens, and that's why we picked the Lakers to move on, because we had faith in AD to do that.
Then he can rip the Warriors apart by himself.
Exactly. And that's why I am going to pick the Los Angeles Lakers to win this series. Golden State is even worse than the Cavs are on the road. And the Cavs were pretty damn bad. Golden State has I think this, don't quote me on this, but hashtag stat that. I think the Golden State have the worst road record after winning a championship in NBA history.
They're bad this year.
Hashtag stat that. Don't know if it's right or wrong. Could have made that up. But I know they're bad on the road. But give me the Lakers.
I'm gonna side with my brother Finn on this. I don't want to bring any negative energy to the reigning champs game, but if the Lakers have made it this far, definitely Game 7, and definitely, hey, Chip is like right in front of us.
Yeah. So who are we?
I mean, I wasn't here for Matt talking about AD.
But
all this, like he was saying, is contingent upon, like, bro, if AD is going to go out and get 35 and 15, they can beat all those teams with bad centers.
They can go to the finals if he does that. If he averages that every series, they'll go to the finals.
100%.
Just a matter.
And we'd love to see D'Lo get a chip this year. So,
but all right. So we going with Lakers in how many games? 7?
I think we'll go with Lakers in 7. But it's all contingent.
Hey, LeBron loves winning Game 7s in Golden State. I'll tell you that.
Facts.
But let's go Lakers. Come on. And then finally, after 4.5 years, we get to see Kevin Durant versus LeBron James play each other. Not in just a regular season game, in the Western Conference Finals. Who do we like? Who do we got? Slim, I'll start with you.
Man. Of course, Phoenix, but I say Game 6. Game 6, and they shut it down.
All right. Finn? Is he not here anymore?
Yeah, I don't even see him.
Okay. I'm going to go. I could see this series going either way. These predictions are made out of freaking nothing. These can go. I am not concrete in any of these picks. Like, I do not feel good about a single one besides, honestly, Denver beating New Orleans. It's the only one I feel good about. I think I have a future thing with the Lakers playing the Sixers in the finals. So I'm going to go with the Lakers, but I find it, I don't ever bet against LeBron, but I also rarely bet against Kevin Durant. So I'm going to lean LA, but I mean, it could go either way. It could go either way. Obviously, we've talked about what each team needs to do to really get to this point and make it to the finals. And right. I think either one would be I think these are the two teams that I can really see representing the West in the finals. So I wouldn't be mad putting either one up there, but I kind of hope it's the Lakers. I'd like to see LeBron in another finals.
That'd be crazy. That would be.
But who do we want to move on, or should I flip a coin?
I'm a Phoenix cat.
All right, I'll flip a coin if I have one. All right, I'm gonna flip. Oh, I got a bottle cap. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but this side will be Suns. This side will be Lakers.
All right, man.
The open side one. Yeah. Who is that?
That's the Suns.
All right. Suns, moving on. As you can see, this is literally a coin flip series.
Yeah, dig.
But this would be our West bracket, what it looks like. Can I scroll down, please? Okay, I guess not. But you guys see it. We have Phoenix representing our Western Conference. Slim, you're muted. We have Phoenix representing the West. So just another warning, if you haven't checked out our Eastern Conference predictions, go check that out. I'm gonna spoil it in 3, 2, 1. We have the Sixers making it to the finals from the East,
That's crazy.
which is also very toss up kind of thing. We have the Sixers. If you want to bet and pick our picks all the way through, do it at your own risk. We don't know what's happening. I have a future on the Lakers Sixers. I think the value on the Sixers is great. So I think Boston and Milwaukee, their odds are too low for me to throw a future on. It's kind of weak stuff. So you got to take a little Hail Mary every once in a while. But I think that would be a hell of a series. I think
versus Philly.
Yeah,
that would be crazy, bro.
I think having KD going up against Tobias Harris and the whole and Jalen McDaniels and the whole 9 yards on defense, and then having Embiid kill Ayton, like destroy him, and then having the nice matchup, having to actually guard, having Maxey or Harden actually try and guard D-Book, and I think matchup wise, I think Phoenix is going to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I think Embiid is just that guy, man. I think so is KD and D-Book, but Embiid is going to destroy Ayton, and they'll be able to control the pace a little bit better.
What if Ayton shows you his true potential? People have been begging him, like be more of a dog, be more of the scorer that you really can be. And what if playing him against Embiid just kind of brings it out of him, and then he just shows you a phenomenal performance? You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but the last time we saw him play against one of those top-tier guys, he got 50 put on his head by Giannis, not even shooting jump shots.
Giannis is different.
Embiid's different, bro. You're not. And Giannis is big and strong. Embiid is bigger and stronger.
Yeah, unit. That's crazy.
You ain't moving Embiid. No one's moving Embiid. I don't care what you do. You're not stopping Embiid. It's just whether he wants to miss. Same thing with KD, to be honest, just in a different way. So, I mean, this series, I think the playoffs this year are going to be great no matter what. I don't care who makes the
from now on.
It is going to be so much fun to watch. There's going to be a couple of first-round boring series in the Eastern Conference, like the Bucks playing against the Hawks, Raptors, Heat, or something. I think that'll be pretty boring, and like not many people will tune into that. Just people will watch just to watch it. But we all know the Bucks are going to win that.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, even just in the East, the first round is Cavs-Knicks. Unbelievable series. Going to be a 6-7 game series, no doubt.
Emmanuel quickly.
I think that'll be great. I think Boston-Philly in round 2 is going to be a great series. I think the winner of Knicks-Cavs versus the Bucks is going to be a great series. We just went through the whole West. You saw how many great series there will be throughout the entire thing. And then just up to the finals, Phoenix back there first year with KD. I don't think they get it done. I think I'm going with Philly, and I think next year the Suns are going to sign a couple guys, like older guys, vets, that'll fit this 2-year window they have, where CP is still remotely playable, and KD is still getting buckets like he does. And I think they're going to sign some guys that are going to really help improve their bench, kind of similar to like what the Lakers did, like getting like a Jared Vanderbilt and like a Malik Beasley, like those kind of very solid role players. And I think that is what's going to push them over the top. And I just don't think they have enough of them right now. Besides Wainwright and Okogie, it's not enough for me. I think they're good enough to score with anyone, but I worry about them on defense. And defense wins championships to me. So I'm going to go with Philly. It's not Phoenix. But I think either way, great series. Couldn't tell you who actually wins. But I'm going to go Philly in 7. I think it'll be a hell of a series because Philly will have home court in the finals if that were to happen.
Philly? Y'all need to go ahead and quit playing and put Mac McClung really in them games.
No.
That boy went crazy last night. Let him grow. Give him a whole year to grow.
They got too many guys. We just went over their roster the other day. They got too many guys. We just did this.
They need to drop somebody. Play Mac. Ooh.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he can't be on Philly. On Detroit, maybe.
He's already on the Philly roster. He played last.
I'm saying next year. He's not going to get any burn in the offs.
Shoot, man. Doc need to quit playing.
But who do you got? You got Phoenix?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you like the Suns.
Of course.
I hate Philly, but I think they're looking good, man. And I
agree.
I do like Embiid, though. I do like Embiid. I don't really like Philly.
I agree with saying like Embiid is just that guy. Like he gonna take over. Like I don't doubt it. But the only thing that not that I'm banking on because I want him to stay healthy, but we see like in tough times like he can end up getting an injury which could put a hole in their like energy to keep pushing through a series. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could really affect the team, and I think Phoenix would just capitalize just because just as much as Embiid is dominant, I think that if you get to sever him on defense, I know that he's a great perimeter defender as well, but like Joel Embiid is gonna have to guard KD. Like I know Joel Embiid could probably you know try to body Ayton and make it simple. So anytime Embiid is on the perimeter, I say put KD on him because KD is a great defender, one of the best in the league. And I think that could, do something when Embiid is trying to get a shot, but have DeAndre Ayton always in drop. And anytime Embiid tries to go to the cup, you have a body down there to at least try to take it. You know what I'm saying? And I think
The worst part about because you can't play drop against the Sixers. You can't and you can't double Embiid with every single time because of how they run their offense. They get it to him at the nail or at the elbow, and they make it because you can't double team in the middle of the court. You can't. It's impossible.
guys.
Unless you're giving someone a wide open shot. You can't do it. So it means that you're going to have to put Ayton on him one-on-one, and I think that is the matchup that's a major issue. KD obviously can score from anywhere, same with D-Book, but I think KD likes to shoot that runner fading away by the baseline, and I think that you can double there. Not saying it's going to matter, but I'm just saying you're going to be able to double KD more than you're going to double Embiid in that series, which I think – is the difference, but I think the Suns have that third. There's like top two guys of KD and Embiid, and I think D-Book is that tier above Harden right now, and same with Maxey. So I think that could really help him out. But I mean, toss up series. Any last words?
I see where you're coming from, and like I said, like we got it to where Philly made it to all the way to the finals, and you know how I feel about the guys. Like they really got a roster, so I see everything that you see, and I think that they got a solid team, solid squad, can play great defense, can give buckets based on based on how they share the ball with all of their role players. And also having Embiid, maybe Harden shows up, give you some big points in a couple games that are crunch, because I can see it go to like a game 6. I think Phoenix takes it eventually, but I see where Philly's that squad too.
Facts. But I mean, that's a wrap for this or that Western Conference predictions.
You did.
You had Finn in here for a couple minutes just to give a quick few thoughts, but he'll be back for Western Conference season's grades. And then once we know all the playoff teams, we're going to go through and do series breakdowns on how we think each series is going to go in more depth, matchups, how many games, best bets, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, check back to the channel. Peace.